Giants made another offensive line move in free agency on Monday, re-signing John Jerry to a 3-year deal, last year's starting right guard. What does it mean? After having basically no competition in the offensive line position room last year, the Giants are going to have a lot of it this summer. If you look back to training camp last year, basically all 5 positions on the line were decided by day 1. I know McAdoo said that Marshall Newhouse and Bobby Hart were competing for the right tackle job, but that was really never much of a competition. Newhouse was clearly going to be the starter from day 1, and he ended up being the starter until he got hurt early in the year. But now the Giants are going to have some competition. You're going to have DJ Fluker, who's a guy who can play on right guard or right tackle. You're going to have Jerry back in the mix. You're going to have Bobby Hart. You're potentially going to have maybe some of the guys, Khalid Holmes, Michael Bowie, Martin Wallace, the veteran guys. They kind of signed to future deals. Those guys might be in the mix. You might see a draft pick. There still might be guys more to come. The one thing this move kind of really signals even more so is that Ereck Flowers is going to stick as the left tackle, barring something unforeseen in 2017. I know a lot of Giants fans don't want to hear that. There's a lot of strong arguments made that Ereck Flowers should not be the left tackle of this team going forward. That being said, you have to be realistic. The Giants did not play in the top end of the market for the left tackles. Now all the top left tackles, the guys who would even be considered upgrades of Flowers, they're gone. Barring something unforeseen, they're not going to be trading for Joe Thomas. They're not going to be trading for Joe Staley. It would cost too much for more ways than one for both guys, so scratch that thought. And you'll get this draft, not a terribly deep tackle crop, and you don't even know if a guy like Garrett Bowles or Ryan Ramczyk or even Cam Robinson from Alabama, a guy who might be an upgrade over Flowers, there's no guarantee those guys are going to be there at number 23. So I think you're seeing the Giants, this is a clear plan for them. They're going to try to do everything they can. Look, Flowers is a number 9 pick. They probably feel that they've invested too much in him, picking him that high to give up after 2 years. They're going to hope that he makes a major improvement in year 3. But otherwise, they're going to bring in a lot of competition on this line, something I think has really been lacking, something they've needed. Fluker's in the books. Jerry's back in the fold. Maybe some more guys to come in the draft and later on in free agency. But one thing is clear, the Giants are going to have some competition in camp on the offensive line, and they're going to have jobs up for grabs, something they didn't have last year. Maybe that helps them improve this line going forward in 2017, which is something they desperately need to do if they're going to get back to the playoffs and contend to go deeper in the playoffs.